absolutely, especially as we're live on television. Didn't want my big head in the middle of the dugout and on the TV screens, yeah, so I'm absolutely delighted, yeah.
Obviously, many people know Dave around the non-league scene with his time at Forest Green Rovers, and more recently, I suppose, the move to Leeds. He's been at Coventry recently, so obviously there's been a tie-up there in recent weeks.
Yeah. Absolutely, I took him to work with Stephen and Neil last season, and they didn't last too long, unfortunately, but Dave stayed around with Tony Mowbray and had a great effect on the club and the 21s there. He's an exceptional coach, there's no one can say any different. He's just regarded as one of the best developers of talent there is, so we're absolutely delighted to have somebody of his calibre in the club.
I understand that it's more of a short-term appointment, well, it's a short-term appointment to the end of the season, then review.
It's a kind of a review position because we've obviously got to consider where we might be, and we've every intention of staying in the league. So we hope it's going to be a long-term appointment. But we've both got a review position, which is prudent really on both sides.
He comes with a great deal of experience. What really made him the ideal choice for the Harriers board?
His ability to communicate, his ability to get the messages across to players, his ability to improve players, because we're obviously not going to be able to go out and bring in lots and lots of players. Great developer of talent, and his enthusiasm is just infectious. It's infectious, and the response that we've had so far has been just top draw.
Obviously, from a club's perspective now, it'll allow him. Recently, in this week, the three players have been brought into the club. Was that with Dave's blessing as well?
No, we were very unfortunate to miss out on our target at Fleetwood, and we needed. I'd identified that we needed energy up front. And I spoke to Richard O'Kelly. I was aware of Jordan because I'd seen him play at Worcester last year, and he played against us at 21s game as well earlier in the season. So I was aware of him and spoke to Richard O'Kelly, and he gave me a real insight into how he's developed and his qualities are what we need. The other two, obviously Callum's come in, he came in at the same time as Zane. We haven't really had much chance to look at him, but we like what we see. He might not be fit, match fit yet, but he's a different option to us. He's an old-fashioned number 9, he's 6'4" and probably the same across. So it gives us that option. So those lads were in the pipeline before Dave joined us. Dave's been studying the film of games and looking at what we need, and I think we all agree that behind the ball, the two banks of 4, we've got cover in those positions. It looks very solid, but we need more threat in the final third, and that's the target really.
He comes to Macclesfield today, obviously ahead of the game. It's being covered by BT Sport. It's a showcase, really, isn't it, for the young players, I suppose, who are going to be on show today to show everybody precisely what they've got and what abilities they have.
Well, we just hope that they take it as a positive and they use it the right way, and it doesn't become a negative, and they use it the wrong way. But we've got the right man in the changing room to make sure that they concentrate on and focus on the jobs that they've been given and the tasks they've been given. And we're looking for a reaction, as you always are with any player, but particularly young players.
Will Dave be bringing his own backroom squad in, or
not really? At the moment, we know we're short in 1 or 2 areas, and so we'll look at that over the week and see how we can support it.
So your role now, Colin, is obviously not in the dugout. You're going to be back to
head of football operations and looking at supporting Dave, looking at supporting the team, looking at getting back to the 21s and developing the talent, and giving those lads the opportunity to play and develop as well in the 21 setup, and linking in with the academy, who are doing particularly well in the Youth Cup. And there's 2 or 3 exciting players that we want to have a look at closely in the 21s and a first team training environment. So that will be my role now, to support the manager and basically to make sure we've got a bright future.
And obviously with a bright future as well, I imagine the board is still looking for, or continue looking for further investment from outside sources.
I've said, I've gone on record to say that we can't rely on gate money. We've got to look at other sources of income, and we've got some interesting ideas and thoughts on that. And people may not realise, but Dave started probably the first academy at Cirencester, which was particularly successful, and so his help and knowledge in that will be great with the ideas that I've got and how I want to take things forward as well. And so, you know, there's more than one string to Dave's bow, which will be of support and help to the club.
Well, I hope it starts today with a win at Macclesfield. Thanks for joining us before the game.
Absolutely, we're all hoping.